Oh, guys, I didn't want to do this, okay? And I know a lot of you out there might be upset by this. Some of you might enjoy it, though. A discussion piece out there still around the lifetime permanent ban of that being FaZe Jarvis. More importantly than now, the reactions of many people out there. I've seen all of your comments across all the forums out there. Trust me, guys, I get your sentiment about this, but pro players are still reacting. Ninja being one of them, even outside Fortnite, Call of Duty censor, he's actually been one as well. And it brings up a great point of debate, as you can probably tell by the title, brought to us by a clip by Ninja. Let me preface this video by saying a couple of things. I don't hate anyone I cover. I actually greatly enjoy Ninja and his content. I feel like sometimes he goes off the rails in moments like this. Let's take it with a grain of salt. It feels like a clip I'm going to show all of you where Dr. Lupo is trying to steer Ninja in the right direction of what he should and should not say. Ninja keeps on talking and maybe makes a little bit of a mishap of what he does state about content creators versus casual players. Censor rides the same line. Let me also get their sentiment across. I think Ninja was trying to say pretty much this, guys. Jarvis, we all can admit, had a moment of stupidity, right? When he obviously aimbotted, made it public. It was an idiotic moment to make. I think a lot of people out there, including Ninja and Censor and other pros, can agree a permanent lifetime ban, myself included, is probably a bit too brash, a bit too harsh. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year-long competitive ban is a bit too far. I think the point that the Ninja does make later on about competitive people or content creators or streamers getting favoritism because they have a following is where I reach my breaking point. I think a great debate out there as well, because we've seen it time and time again across every game out there, across every esport, every game you can possibly play, whether it's RuneScape, Overwatch, CSGO, Fortnite, whatever you want to name. Everyone who has a following likely has a more so advantage or favoritism when it comes to these kind of things. And so here's what Ninja said, and again, take it with a grain of salt. I know a lot of comments out there and a lot of my commenters love to hate on the guy. I'm not trying to do that. I'm simply trying to make the point, and the debate out there is, you know, should content creators actually get favoritism over casual players?
I'm kind of like, I mean, he's still super young, so like, it's such I think it's just a stupid kid making a stupid decision. Didn't really fully think about it. It wasn't in a tournament, it wasn't a cash cup, wasn't in anything like that. I think that should be like a maybe like a 6-month ban from like competitive, and like I mean let's be a little like realistic here though as well. I mean there are people who get, you know, I'll say favoritism, but it's like, dude, you gotta.
Yeah, I'd say favoritism is bad.
I mean, you gotta give you. I mean.
But you don't want to slap on the wrist somebody who's a content creator who's like makes a video showing like how
insane cheats are.
There are people who have done worse things on the internet in different areas and haven't gotten banned. I use Logan Paul as a reference. The dude literally filmed someone hanging in a forest and his channel didn't get banned and he's been perfectly fine. He uploaded an apology video and he was set. Listen, there's a difference between a content creator who has millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of followers, who gets banned from literally what makes him money, right? And there's a difference between some kid who is just a piece of shit who has absolutely zero following, has zero money that comes from Fortnite, from gaming.
And let me also clarify as well, I think across the entire video, I'll link it down below for you guys as well, the main point Ninja's trying to make is he's not trying to say that Jarvis deserves favoritism. And this might be taken out of context. I hope I didn't portray that to you guys as well. He doesn't deserve it. He does still think Jarvis actually deserves a reduced ban of 6 months to a year competitive ban, which I do, and many people agree with. A lifetime permanent ban seems a bit brash, but the way he talked about it, especially when he goes on to state there's a difference between content creators with a following and the random people out there who like to cheat, who like to hack. And I asked the question to all of you guys, is there that difference? Is that favoritism really deserved between a casual player and a content creator? Because you have a following, do you deserve to be let off based off because you have a following, because you bring viewers and a player base to a game? Do you deserve that extra oomph from a developer out there, that extra credit that a casual player would never get, right? I remember back in the day, I always talk about RuneScape here on the channel whenever I do a throwback moment. I remember being banned on RuneScape across a couple of accounts for not doing anything wrong, but I didn't have a following. Actually, later on, a couple years later, I remember I actually had a decent following on YouTube, and I was a RuneScape member getting a ban as well. But because I had a following, I actually went faster through the appeal process and thus got more attention from Jagex, the runner of RuneScape, and I eventually was unbanned. That kind of thing happens time and time again across all the games out there, much like in this instance, right? You look at a guy like Jarvis, who obviously, if he does reach an appeal process, he's a very public figure. He has millions of viewers out there as well. If Fortnite's going to forgive anyone for cheating, it probably would be a guy like Jarvis, or maybe a guy like Ninja, or someone out there that has a big prominent figure or a big prominent following. Do they deserve that compared to a casual player? Obviously, you don't think so, but it's still going to happen. Is I think the overall notion here that Ninja is trying to make, it just comes out a bit wrong. And that is why a lot of people right now are currently very happy with Epic Games, because it is a rarity to see this, especially when it comes to Epic Games, but it's still so controversial because all the talking points out there, you have teamers and cheaters. We've already mentioned their names in the past few episodes. They've been in Fortnite. They've been caught teaming and cheating in prize pooled events, getting 2-week bans. Then we have people that are aimbotting or cheating using third-party software. That and FaZe Jarvis, they get a lifetime permanent ban. It doesn't really make much sense to me, but with that being said, it makes a lot of people happy because Jarvis blatantly, publicly, as a public prominent figure, broke the TOS and cheated in a video game, and he is now paying the repercussions, which Epic Games seems to be upholding as a lifetime ban, which, by the way, would be the same punishment most casual players would also get, and they wouldn't have any sort of appeal to really make about it. So, props to Epic Games for upholding seemingly their ruling for, of course, banning a cheater for life, which most developers would try and do. The giant debate does continue, though, is yes, there's always going to be favoritism, but should content creators, should streamers, because they are public figures, should they actually get the advantages when it comes to breaking the rules sometimes compared to casual players? Some people think so. Some people don't think so. I think the entire clip, though, what I took from this is Dr. Lupo is really, he's the brainiac here, guys. The entire clip, and again, link down below for all of you. He's really urging, I think, the right move here of, no, yeah, casual players don't deserve advantages, and yes, this punishment is actually justified. Just because you're a public figure does not mean that you can actually break the rules and get away with it. Again, one last time, I am in agreement with Ninja and Censor, all the pro players out there who agree Jarvis got a bit heavy-handed in his terms of his punishment, but at the same time, it is slightly justified by breaking the rules. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy. My name is Jake. I'm going to go home and take a nap. I will see you guys all back here sometime soon. Until then, take care. Don't cheat. Bye.